Everyone, it is Miss Morris here. We are really missing you guys. I know you've kind of been stuck in the house for a few days now, so I thought I would do something really fun with you guys to make at home. It's a rain stick, and so you'll need a few supplies. Hopefully you have all of these already at your house. So I will share those in just a second, those supplies that you need. So before we get started, just know this is just something fun that you can do. It's not required. I just thought you guys might enjoy something at home, some art at home instead of in the classroom today. So let's get started. So here's a quick supplies list for you guys: paper towel, roll, rice or beans, whatever you can find, markers, crayons, stickers, string, tape. We will need some scissors, paper, and aluminum foil if you have that. If not, it's okay. Okay, so in front of me I have my scissors, my paper. I'll need 2 sheets, at least one regular size, 8 by 11, my cup of rice, my tape. I will have my toilet paper roll or my paper towel roll, 2 sheets of aluminum foil, and if you don't have aluminum foil, you can just use regular paper instead. So for the first part, we are going to make the ends of our rain stick. So I just put my paper towel or my toilet paper roll down on my paper, and I am tracing around the edge of it, but I'm leaving some space all the way around. I don't want it to be exactly touching the paper towel roll. So that way when I go to cut this in just a second, it's going to fold up and we're going to tape it onto the paper towel roll. So you'll kind of see that in just a second. So I've just traced those lines, and I am going to go ahead and cut these 2 circles out. Remember, I left some space around the edge. Don't forget that part. Super important. And you can pause this video at any time if you need to stop and then keep going. So now what I'm doing is I'm just taking my scissors and I'm cutting in these little slits all the way around my circle. I'm making sure not to go really, really far. I don't want deep cuts into this paper. Just about a 1/2 inch deep, maybe half of your pinky. That's about how far down you want to cut into this. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my paper towel roll. I'm going to put one of the circles on the bottom side, and it is helpful to already have your tape torn, a few pieces of tape torn for this. And what we're going to do is pull out some of those pieces where we cut those slits and tape a part of the side down. And this is why it was important that you didn't cut all the way through, because we need to keep the rice or whatever you're using, the beans, in the tube for this process to work. So now I'm going to go ahead and tape the other side, making sure in just a second that all of my paper is securely fastened onto my paper towel holder. If you did happen to cut too far, which I do the second time I did this on accident, you can tape over the bottom part of it. So that way no rice or beans will fall out the end. It will keep it secure and hold everything in. So I'm just checking to make sure it's all taped down well. One final little piece down there just to secure it. All right, so for this next part, you can use aluminum foil. I do think it works a little bit better. If you don't have aluminum foil, you can try some newspaper or magazine paper. They work better. And if you don't have any of those, then maybe try some regular paper. And what you're going to do is just roll this up into a coil. Okay, we've rolled coils in my class before if you've ever worked with clay, and then we're just kind of wrapping it around. It's easier if you have like a really long spoon, you can wrap it around. I just kind of twist it together. And this is going to be a more loose coil. It's going to be a little bit bigger, and you're going to see what I mean by that once we roll our second one. So we'll actually have 2 for this, and some of you might have actually seen someone else do something different before. Instead of wrapping coils and putting it inside of the paper towel holder, that they use toothpicks, and they stick the toothpicks all the way through. So that is another option as well if you have toothpicks instead, and I will put a picture of that at the very end of this video if you'd rather do that. So this one's going to be a tighter coil. Wrapping it up a little bit tighter. I want it to be a little bit smaller. It's going to kind of go inside of the bigger coil. I'm twisting it up nice and tight, and I will wrap this one around my finger to get it started, and then I will take a pencil or marker or something and kind of just wrap it around that so it's a little bit smaller. It's a tighter coil. I'll go ahead and grab my rain stick, and I will slide these 2 coils inside of it. This is going to help make the rain effect. So that way when we pour our rice or whatever it is you have in there, it'll bounce off of these coils or your toothpicks or paper and kind of give it a realistic rain sound. So I'm taking that other circle now. This is the one that I accidentally cut too far on, so you'll see how I kind of made it work for this. Like I said, already have your tape laid out for you, pre-cut. It makes it a little bit easier, and sometimes it's easier to have another set of hands to help hold while someone else tapes it. So if you have a brother, sister, friend, cousin, mom, dad, whoever, maybe they can help you. For this part, I wasn't the best at pouring. Like I said, having a friend would have been a little bit better, but what I used is I used 1/4 of a cup of my rice, which is really about 1 or 2 handfuls. That's all you need. You don't want a lot, otherwise it doesn't make as good of a noise because there's too much inside of the tube. So I only taped half of it down and poured the rice in, laid it down gently, and now I'm going to tape down that other side so that way none of this rice will fall out now. So I kind of just cup that paper down and tightly wrap it so that way part of my tape is on the paper, part of my tape is on the tube. Now you can kind of see at the very top when I hold this up, there's a little bit of a hole. So I'm just going to lay my tape on top of that, and this rice should not fall out of the end. So I'm just securing both ends, just checking. Now this next part is the most fun part, and this is where you can make it your own. I just did something really, really quick that I had on hand. I'm going to end up making kind of a checkerboard pattern on mine. I have seen people who have done stickers on theirs. They've painted paper. They have used string around it instead of adding paper. They've cut out pictures and put it on there. The sky's the limit. I want to see some really awesome creative designs. I think all these are going to be beautiful, and everyone's going to have something different, which makes these so cool. But I just used a crayon and I just made some designs on mine really quickly. And what I'm going to do now is just tape this down to the outside of my paper towel roll. So what I do is flip it down and secure it on the inside first. So it should have 2 pieces of tape on the inside, or even more if you don't have this big Scotch tape that I'm using. I at this point did not tear off the tape that I was supposed to, and so I can't find the end of my tape, but pretend I've taped 2 pieces down, and I'm just going to roll that paper until it feels nice and tight around the paper towel, and I would tape it down right there, 2 tapes as well, and then it makes this beautiful rain sound. So hope you guys enjoy, and I can't wait to see some of your rain sticks. Hey guys, this was the toothpick stuff that I was talking about. They just stuck all their toothpicks in there instead of the aluminum foil, and it works just as well. So give that a try too. Okay, I want to see all those awesome rain sticks. hopefully you'll have some really cool sounds to go with it. Have a good week, you guys.